could just get this sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
And this is just the beginning of America First.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get this sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote. Honestly, Sam, if I could just get this sentence out.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
Who are you worried about? I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. That's what they want to see. No more B-2 bombers. No more Star Wars. Let's make the quality products we need. Let's invest in American industry. No, I won't yield.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Even before you do that, and not even including that, that's why I hardly even included that number, although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people, so I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black, and you ain't black, and you ain't black.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
You will file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden. President Joe Biden. President Joe Biden. President Joe Biden. President Joe Biden.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month.
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it.
Mr. Sam, if I could just get this sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Bad deal, should have never been thought of.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent.
Are you talking about Hunter? Are you talking about
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about.
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter. Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. He
for
wasn't dishonorably.
cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So these Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company.
Then I have an Article 2 where I have the right to do whatever I want as president, but I don't even talk about that.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
The battle of righteousness versus Satan. Yes, Satan. Because these leftists are evil.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened.
I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election, and I never ceased from it. One was on restoring the soul of this country because of what I saw happen in Charlottesville. That was it. No one else was talking about it. The words of presidents matter. Nobody else.
Dumb people, liberal people.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Hello? Is this thing on? Oh shit. Hey! That's one hell of an intro, huh? Look at me, look at that. I just say hello and that's it. I mean, I'm still drinking my coffee, so bear with me. Alright, how's everyone doing? It's currently 10:06 a.m. on a cool Tuesday morning. Is it Tuesday? I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, it is Tuesday. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, another motherfucking episodic installation. I don't, what the fuck? Well, I just do this every day? I don't, what? And you watch it? There's 45 people here watching Donald Trump say dumb people, liberal people over and over. I mean, is that all I need to do? Because I can just do that. I would rather do that instead of all this bullshit.
Dumb people, liberal people.
I would just way rather play that clip on loop for 2 hours than do whatever the hell I'm about to do. But hello everyone and welcome to Above It All, and that is me. I'm Above It All. I am drinking coffee with some plant-based milk. New Jersey, I don't live in New Jersey. I live in North Carolina. I used to live in New Jersey, but New Jersey's got some weird shit. So I went to the grocery store, and there was this product, unsweetened. There's no fructose. There's no cane sugar. There's none of that shit. There's no sugar whatsoever in this milk. First of all, what? You're telling me I can go buy milk with no sugar in it in New Jersey? Wow, that's incredible. So I'm in there and I see unsweetened milk, something I've never seen before in my lowly locations such as North Carolina. And then I noticed that it's a heavy protein infusion. It's like got pea, soy, like nuts. You know, it's got all kinds of shit. Tastes okay. And so instead of eating breakfast today, I decided I'd put some milk in my coffee. Fuck it. Why not? Get some fucking pea protein isolate in that shit. Fucking look at my body. It's about to like, look at that. Like, look, can you see that? I don't know what I'm supposed to be showing you, but look, it's coursing through my body right now. I feel great. Where's my HDMI, Mud Man? That's a great question. Hopefully Mud Joe does not want the HDMI back. Milk has sugar in it. Most milk has added sugar, yeah. Especially most plant-based milk. What they do is like, you know, they say, oh, this is soy milk or pea milk or nut milk, almond, cashew, right? And then they throw the added sugar in there. Because, like, there's only going to be, like, one kind of person that's going to buy almond milk instead of, like, 5 different kinds of people in North Carolina. So it's like, all right, the person that's going to buy almond milk probably isn't going to mind added sugar. Whereas up here, apparently, there are people that would buy plant-based milk that also care about added sugar. Reminder, added sugar is in every single thing. If you eat a packaged food, if you open plastic to get to your food in any capacity, there's a 90% chance that shit's got added sugar in it. So run away from that shit if you see it. Only 1 cable delivery per year? Okay, well that's fair. You have 1 million HDMI cables. I bet you do. Milk in Germany is from the cow, and there is no sugar in it. Well, natural cow milk does have sugar in it. But it's, you know, it's not fructose, usually. Sugar is good for you, idiot. Oh my god. I do have to get the corn pop clip. I absolutely do. But yeah.
Dumb people, liberal people.
You may be surprised to learn that U.S. milk is banned in Europe. Is it for the same reason that, do they, like, soak it in chlorine? Do they soak the cow udder in chlorine before they send it over? Because there are so many health issues surrounding the production of U.S. milk that the EU authorities have blocked these dairy imports. Yeah, I mean, if you live in America especially, like, if you live in Europe, they've got, like, some emphasis on some safeguards when it comes to literally consuming poison. Right? Whereas in America, they soak your chicken in chlorine. If you eat chicken, and if you don't get like an organic, expensive brand, I've got news for you, motherfucker. Your chicken that you're eating has been soaked in motherfucking chlorine. You might be thinking, wait, what? The chemical that's in pools? Yeah. Dumbass. But you still eat it anyway, don't you? You gobble it up. You're like, give me that chlorine and that high fructose corn syrup barbecue sauce. That's what you're saying right now. Well, that's what you were saying 9 hours ago when you were eating or 12 hours ago when you were eating dinner. You fucking fuck. Anyway, now that I've got that out of the way. You fucking fuck. Woo! You fucking fuck. Anyway, the coffee is starting to kick in now. You ever get to that position? I didn't bring my glasses cleaner. I've got like a microfiber cloth. So I'm stuck cleaning my glasses, wiping it off with my shirt. So I'm in a situation right now where it's like, I really desperately want to see, but I can't. So that's like a really bizarre, but also fascinating experience. But you know, what are you going to do? Anyway, I should probably say hello to the chat room, but, you know, that moment's passed. You know, I've already been rambling, so hello everyone in the chat room. Hopefully y'all are doing okay. As a professional pool boy, half my blood is already chlorine. Well, at that point, you know, might as well. Thank goodness we in the UK voted to forego those extra food and animal standard rules. Oh my god. I literally cannot imagine, right, how dumb these motherfuckers are. And when I say, like, I don't want to go on like a fucking like George Carlin-esque rant against fucking Americans, but I'm about to. Like, these are dumb motherfuckers. Like, I really, like, the average American is so goddamn stupid, right? And then you have to realize that half of them are even dumber, right? So it's like, okay, you stick it smack dab in the middle, the average American, a dumb motherfucker. They eat chlorine, they eat fructose out the wazoo, they consume like literal poisons and chemicals and plastics. They literally put plastics in their body that wrap around their intestinal tract and cause damage for the rest of their lives because they're dumb, right? And then they vote for politicians that deregulate things. Like, remember Richard Nixon was like, whoa, we need to make food cheap or else they're gonna like kill me or something, man. So then all they did was they just threw money at government subsidies to subsidize corn, and then they just threw high fructose corn syrup and everything, and now everyone's so fat and out of breath. 88% of Americans have metabolic syndrome. That single-handedly prevents a revolution. How are you gonna fucking revolt against the government if you run out of breath in 3 fucking seconds? Like, seriously. Like, y'all are poisoned right now. 88% of Americans are literally like living in poison. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Tap water is at least 2 parts per million chlorine. Tap water, don't get me started on tap water. There's a huge problem with that. Unless you have a well, the water you use to make your coffee has chlorine in it. Yes, maybe. Also, bottled water is an alternative. But also, one thing is water quality in New Jersey is significantly better than water quality in North Carolina. I just want to say that. Like, in North Carolina, you can taste the chemicals, and it is kind of like, you know, ugh, right? But in New Jersey, you can't. So, I'm just throwing that out there. But, yeah, I mean, again, I really just, y'all being Americans are just dumb motherfuckers. Like, if y'all are American and you eat fucking chicken, I'm sorry, you're a dumb motherfucker. And you can just not be a dumb I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm doing, like, a stand-up routine, except I'm sitting down. As many people would say, I'm just a jag-off comedian. But again, if you are eating chicken, if you're eating lunch meat, like, imagine how much of, how much damage you're doing to your body for no reason. Like, I'm gonna go get that packaged lunch meat soaked in fucking chlorine and sodium and sugar, and then I'm going to put that into my body? What? Like, I mean, it's just so stupid, right? Like humans, right, for literally millions of years, were eating 100, 200 grams of fiber a day. You want to know why? Because they weren't processing their food. They were picking up broccolis from the fucking earth. And broccolis, like, you know, you don't process the fiber out of broccolis. They were fucking nomming on fucking sugar cane just to get to that fructose, eating some fiber. And that's why fucking fiber is so important. Now, all of a sudden, 95% of Americans are getting less than 15 grams of fiber a day. Bitch motherfucker, we evolved eating 200 grams a day. Now, all of a sudden, you think you're so special? Fuck human evolution. Fuck dietary guidelines. Fuck what I need for my body to just live. I'm just gonna get cancer at the age of 30 because I don't know how to eat properly. Ugh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then these people teach their children this shit. I don't want to get too loud about that, you know, because, you know, but, and then they teach their children. It's like, oh yeah, just go get that. Just eat some chlorine chicken because I'm too lazy to cook you food, right? And I know, like, you know, like, we're overworked, etc., etc. I'm not making a serious, like, poignant essay here. Give me a break. Mountain people and growers know about neutralizing chloramines with a little bit of vitamin C. Stock up on vitamin C, neutralize chlorine. Chloramines, that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, vitamins are really important. Absolutely. Brain cancer at 48? You? I've had several people in my family get brain cancer, at very young ages. Like, so, I don't want to be in that situation. I've had many people on both sides of my family have a lot of issues with their health. Mostly my mother's side. And I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to get brain cancer at the age of 39. I intend on writing fucking scholarly fucking reports into my 90s. I intend on living above 100 years old. That's my intention. I don't know about y'all. I'm planning on living above 100. I'm planning on trying to get to 200. Think about that. like 50 years from now, right? We're going to have some better science. We're going to have some better medicine 50 years from now. In 50 years, I'll be like, what, 75 years old? Okay. At that point, I've taken care of my body so much, I'll probably be decent. I'll probably be in decent shape, right? And then I'm going to get like robot legs, and then I'm going to be fine, you know? So it's like, wow. I mind getting vitamin C tablets at school. Best part of the week. Interesting. I better not make it to 30. I plan on making it to 30. Let me just tell you. Now, those of you that are new here might not know this. For a majority of my life, from the age of like 13 all the way up until like a year and a half ago, I was planning on killing myself. Just like every single day. I was like, every time I would think about something, I would think like, okay, well, I'll just kill myself. Right? So I was thinking about suicide almost every single day for like 10 years, right? And that's gone. I just feel great. I can't wait to live. So for me, I'm in this like second wind kind of thing. And it's been like this for like the last like year or so. But especially now, I just feel great. I'm just like, again, you should all just try to live. You know, a lot of people say, well, whatever, you know, just one more. It's like, okay, sure, just one more. But how about instead of one more right now, you do one more next week or something? You know, like, I don't know, man. You can literally just be a better person just tomorrow. Like, so, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to wait for Nancy Pelosi to fucking give you money. You can just, like, not eat fucking garbage. It's that simple. But anyway, I should probably talk about news, right? Like, I don't know, man. I'm just giving, like, my fucking really poor attempt at fucking self-help here. Maybe I should write a self-help book where I just call the reader a dumb motherfucker over and over. What do y'all think? Like, we could have like a 12 rules for life, except instead of teaching people like to do like right-wing authoritarian garbage, like making their bed. Imagine making your bed. Like, what a waste of time. Like, you've got to be a very bored asshole to think making your bed is something that you would ever think of doing. Like, I get it. If you've got company coming over, fine, whatever. Right? But if you're just chilling, right, you're gonna make your bed? That's like a waste of 45 seconds, and you could be doing literally anything else. Like, literally, like, just sitting there staring at the wall. You would probably be, like, at least introspective and, like, learn something and have some sort of growth. But you're gonna make your bed? Like, what a waste of time. I don't know, man. Andrea could eat 15 chickens, and I'd still watch Above It All. I wouldn't. If I started eating meat again, I wouldn't watch this fucking show. I'd be a hypocrite at that point. Soak your chicken in chlorine. Imagine. Not only do they soak it in chlorine, but they soak it in high fructose corn syrup. So, like, first of all, like, you're eating chicken. So it's like you're killing yourself already, right? You're just eating meat, right? That's unhealthy for you over a long period of time. Now, you could be eating beef, right? But whatever. You're eating meat is my point. So you're probably already a dumb motherfucker. Or we're raised by dumb motherfuckers. Like, let's be honest, right? In my opinion, the only time you should eat meat is if you hunt. Now, if you want to hunt that bitch and go like, pew, right? And then, like, you know, do it all, like, nice. Personally, I think hunting is a little cringe, right? But at least I get it, right? At least you're getting meat from the source. You're not soaking it in chlorine. You're not soaking it in fructose syrup. You're not soaking it in fucking sugar cane. You're not soaking it in salt. That's what they do. They soak it in salt. In salt. Why do you think everyone's got high blood pressure? Because they throw salt in literally everything, you dumb ass, right? Like, so everyone's got high blood pressure. Everyone's got fucking diabetes. Like, if you want to go eat a fucking deer or whatever, like, fine, whatever. That's your thing. But if you're telling me I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy meat, I'm sorry, motherfucker, but you are dumb. I'm sorry. Like, that is some dumb shit. Obviously, I noticed I'm losing viewers here. I'm just having a fun time. This is what I do. No offense intended. I mean, I ate meat up until a year ago now, actually. 11 months, 10 months, I don't know. I honestly don't remember. I didn't write it down. I was like, I'm just going to stop eating meat. And then like a week later, it's like, I guess I'll become a vegetarian now. So I don't have an official start date, but, what about if you go hunting in poultry processing plants? Yeah, you go hunt the, not only, again, you're a dumb motherfucker, right? You're eating meat. like, that was like, okay, all right, so if you're eating wild meat, chances are that deer is probably going to be, like, naturally fed. They're probably going to have a decent diet, at least according to what they need to grow and live and stuff. You're eating fucking processed food? Like, okay, so a chicken was born in a cage. They were hatched out of an egg in a cage, and then fed literally one thing. They have one thing that they're fed, and that's like usually like corn or fucking shit like that. So they're fed nothing, basically. Nothing of value, nothing of nutrition, just to make them nice and plump, and then they fucking cut their heads off. So like the meat already, because they had such a poor diet, is going to be garbage. So like the protein that you're going to eat, garbage. Like everything that you're eating there, all the nutritional value is shit. And again, then they soak it in chlorine, they soak it in salt, they soak it in high fructose corn syrup. By the time that you're eating it, you're literally just eating sugar and small amounts of like branched chain amino acid proteins. Like, you're at the point where it's like you're fucking yourself in the asshole. Like, if you want to eat like a nice organic grass-fed steak once in a while, fucking fine. I'm not going to yell at you. Well, I will, but like whatever, just deal with it. Right? But if you're eating like chicken for dinner every single day, I'm going to go have some chicken with my mashed potatoes. Bitch, just eat the mashed potatoes. Leave the skin on, maybe? Right? Like, leave the skin on and mash the skin inside of the mashed potatoes. Like, give yourself some actual nutrients, motherfucker. Instead of just eating that chicken all day. It's unbelievable. Touch the mic? Oh, I will. I'm gonna touch the mic with my lips. You see that? Now my fucking mouth tastes like metal. Ugh. Anyway, now that I successfully wasted 25 minutes of the show, let's probably get into some news. In 10 years, we'll all be cannibals, thanks to climate change. Soylent Green. I'm down to be a cannibal. I wouldn't eat any of you motherfuckers. I'd eat myself before I eat any of y'all. Like, let's be honest. Again, 88% of Americans have metabolic syndrome, right? 95% of Americans don't eat enough fiber. Like, y'all, I'm not gonna eat y'all. I'm sorry. I will rather eat my own foot than ever put any of y'all's fucking organs in my body in any capacity. Because, again, you motherfuckers have no idea what you're doing. Like, you just don't. Like, you just have no clue. You just have no clue what you're doing. Like, you're just, like, wandering through life. I guess I'll eat lunch meat. Sure. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm just having fun here. I've been trying to eat myself forever. I know, right? Anyway, let's get into the news. So I saw this article. This was a very articulate article. At least I think. I didn't read it yet. But it looks really cool. So I was like, I'll read this on the show. So here I am. Medieval bones tell a stark tale of hard work and physical trauma. This is from CNN here, so bear with us. Social inequality was recorded on the bones of medieval residents in Cambridge, England. A new study of hundreds of sets of human remains in the city has revealed. Researchers studied the remains of more than 300 individuals from a variety of social backgrounds, buried in 3 different city cemeteries from the 10th to the 14th centuries. Now, again, I don't need to tell you that fucking capitalism and hierarchies and, you know, like the feudalism version of that shit. I don't need to tell you that shit's fucked up. But again, we're gonna, like, if you were to dig up the bones of you or like your family, you'd be seeing some very similar stuff. Let me just tell you, like, again, like, your body is breaking apart. Your bones are brittle. You're not getting enough nutrients, right? That's how it's been for a while. Right? Ever since, like, we started organizing cities, we just decided, someone decided, hey, I'm going to fuck this up for everyone else. Right? Like, there's a couple ancient cities that are, like, you know, like maybe 40, 50,000 years old, right? There's a couple of these ancient cities that looked communistic. Like, every house is the same. Every room size is the same, you know, given small variations, right? There is no, like, kingdom. There is no castle. Right? And then all of a sudden, you see these dumb assholes going like, I'm the king in the castle, I'm the king in the castle, and it's like, what? You're the what? And then it's like, I was touched by Jesus Christ. I am, like, you were what? You were touched by Jesus Christ? Like, so these people all of a sudden just started making up some dumb bullshit, and then it's been downhill from there, right? So this is why I'm an anarchist. Like, fuck that dumb bullshit. So the team from the University of Cambridge examined bones from a parish graveyard for working people, a charitable hospital where the ill and destitute were laid to rest, and a frary for the wealthy. A frary? What the fuck? Imagine, like, you're such a pompous douchebag, right? Let me look up this word. Fucking look this word up, no less. Frary. Like, oh, yes, I'm king in the castle. Look at me. I'm very frary. Fucking frary. A building or community occupied by or consisting of frayers. Well, what the fuck is a frayer? A friar? A friar is a brother and member of one of the mendicant orders founded in the 12th or 13th. What? Frary? Like, who are these motherfuckers? Oh, yes, I'm a frary. Like, what? You're a what? Like, you sound like a douchebag. Seriously. X-ray analysis of these bones revealed varying levels of hardship, accident, occupational injury, or violence across the social spectrum. Of the three sites remained excavated at the Hospital of St. John the Evangelist and a 12th century house for the needy contained the fewest fractures. Many residents had skeletal evidence of chronic illness like tuberculosis and would have been unable to work. But guess what? They were worked to death anyway. Some 44% of working people had bone fractures compared with 32% in the frary. Oh, I'm in the frary. Oh, fuck it. Like, humans are such fucking fickle motherfuckers. Like, imagine your life has no meaning to the point where you have to come up with a fucking word called frary. It's like, oh, I know, I'm a frary now. Or a friar, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna go live in a frary. I'm sorry, it's just dumb shit. And these people had better lives. Like, so that's the thing. It's like, all right, I'm a frary now, and I guess, you know, I all of a sudden I've got a 15% less likelihood of having bone fractures now that I've self-declared myself a fucking frere. I'm sorry, like, religion, if you're a religious person, I'm happy for you, right? I'm glad that, you know, you're doing whatever you think. But goddamn, what a dumb fucking sack of shit this is. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know, I'm just in a mood right now. I'm a hoob in a mood. But seriously, like, religion is just so stupid. Like, it literally is the dumbest shit imaginable. Alright, so now, like, 5,782 years ago, or whatever, right? Like, God came down and, like, wrote the commandments or whatever. Like, what? Like, what? You believe that? You believe that God came down from the sky and wrote some shit on a stone or whatever? Like, how dumb do you think I am? Not only do you believe that, but you're gonna try to utilize that to, like, get yourself, like, a rank up in society? Like, that's what all these crusades were about and shit. It's all about, like, I want to be in the frary. Like, I'm gonna believe in this dumb bullshit so that I can live in the frary and not have bone fractures. I don't know, man. By comparing the skeletal trauma of remains buried in various locations within a town like Cambridge, we can gauge the hazards of daily life experienced by different spheres of medieval society, said Jenna Dittmar, lead author of the study published Monday in the American Journal of Physical Anthropology. I love saying, like, those words. Like, in the American Journal of Physical Anthropology. That's just a fun, like, string of words to pronounce. We can see that ordinary working folk had a higher risk of injury compared to the friars. The fucking friars! Ugh. Like, it's amazing how a word, like, 800 years ago, I'm a friar! Oh, yes, I am! And then now, you're just a burger flipper. Like, you're working at McDonald's, like, you're at a frying grill or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm a friar, I get $7.25 an hour. All of a sudden, it's like crazy how words mean literally nothing. Anyway, we can see that ordinary working folk had a higher risk, blah, 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 the friar. Their benefactors, or the more sheltered hospital inmates. Dittmar, a research associate at the University of Cambridge McDonald Institute. Fucking McDonald Institute, what? For archaeological research. Now, again, I just want to say, you gotta, like, everything with a grain of salt. I just want to give y'all a little bit of, like, a little story time. So, the people that originally discovered fossilized remains of Homo sapiens in Africa and so forth, originally, like, said that they when they discovered these remains and these ancient civilizations in like the 1800s, right, in the 1700s, 1800s, 1900s, they utilized all of these discoveries to find a way to prove to themselves and everyone around them that, oh yeah, black people are inferior. Look, they've always been inferior. Here's the fucking skull from 100,000 years ago, right? Like, so like, I just want to say, like, there's a lot that you can interpret from these studies, but you should always just try to get the base facts. And then, if there is that kind of like, opinion, read it, understand it, and then understand that that person has an agenda, of which could be good, could be bad, but you just don't know unless, you look them up. These were people who spent their days working long hours doing heavy manual labor. Labor, no less. They're doing labor. Imagine, like, you're such a fucking, like, prissy asshole, right? Like, that's what you are. If you write labor, like, you could just remove the U and the word is, like, the same, and it just, like, takes less time to write. But, oh, look at me, labor. Fucking labor. Dumb shit. In town, people worked in trades and crafts such as stone masonry or blacksmithing, or as general laborers. Outside town, many spent dawn to dusk doing bone-crushing work in the fields or tending livestock. I wonder if they were feeding their livestock high-fructose corn syrup on a daily basis, I wonder. The team found that physical trauma was prevalent across the social spectrum, but things were the toughest for the poorest people. Who'd have thunk, right? That's an unbelievable postulation of information there. Who bore the brunt of physical labor. All of it. Whoa! Whoa! Wait a second. Okay, so labor is in quotes. So these people quoted them saying labor. And then now, whoever's writing for CNN, backing me up, using labor correctly, physical labor. There you go, bringing it back. Still, the most extreme injury was spotted on a friar, again with these motherfuckers, who had complete fractures halfway up both his femurs, while violence-related skeletal injuries were found in about 4% of the population. We can see the inequality recorded on the bones of medieval Cambridge residents. However, severe trauma was prevalent across the social spectrum. Life was toughest at the bottom, but life was tough all over. Yeah, I mean, again, that's an interesting story. And again, this is stuff that, like, I want to highlight. But again, like, it's always been this way. It's always going to be this way. Unless, like, we actually, like, stop doing this shit. Like, seriously, what is a frary? Like, what is a I'm the king in the castle? Like, what is that? Like, what? You're a what? Wait, okay, so let me get this straight. Let me see if I understand this. So, you're the king in the castle, motherfucker, and because you said you're the king in the castle, all of a sudden I need to give you my money? What? Like, seriously, these motherfuckers should be laughed out of town. Imagine, like, you've got, like, fucking, like 100,000 fucking people working in the fields, and then this dumb king in the castle walks around with his stupid coat and this dumb stick, like they have the royal scepter or whatever. They walk around with the stick, they go, and I'm the king in the castle, right? It's like, what if we all just, like, instead of, like, taking that at face value, just, like, ran this guy out of town, like, kept throwing tomatoes at him until he, like, left town and then overrun the castle and turned it into, like, a hotel or something, but, like, I don't know, man, like, this has been thousands of years of beta males, like, that's what this really amounts to, is thousands of years of beta males. Like, what are you really gonna let the king in the castle tell you what to do and ruin you, your life and your children's lives? Really? Really? Because some dumb frary was like, oh, look at me, I'm religious and I'm better than you. Like, what? I don't know, man. Again, I'm just in a little bit of a giddy mood right now, but seriously. Bones discovered showing that poor people had it the roughest. Who'd have thunk, right? Never would have seen that possibly coming. And I'm glad that now we've been given that beautiful information. How's everyone doing? Are y'all liking my attitude right now, or is this an off put? Give me the take. This coffee's hitting me all at once. There's like 15 trillion coffee grounds at the bottom. I have a cold brew coffee maker, right? It's like a little thing you put the coffee grounds in, right? And sometimes people in my family decide, oh, I'm gonna make cold brew, and then in that decision process, they decide to pour coffee grounds all in the fucking, like, the glass jug. So you got the glass jug, and then you got the part where you put the coffee grounds, and then there's, like, a mesh filter where, like, the coffee grounds stay in the filter, but, like, the extraction process still happens. right? So my family's like, I'm just gonna pour the coffee in with no mind whatsoever, and then it turns into this. Like, look at this. Can you see this? I'm gonna try to like you'll see them pop up. Oh, I don't know. Hold up. All right, now look at this. Look at that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what? Like, hello? That's some bullshit. Anyway, $4.99 from Yosef. Thank you for your previous video on Jimmy Dore. That was a very well-argued rebuke of his interview. I've been generally supportive of JD until now. Oh, really? Well, that's good to hear. How did you come across my video, if you don't mind me asking? Are you like, did you like watch Jimmy Dore and then see that interview and then go like, ugh, and then like look up a video response and then stumbled upon me? Like, what? Give me that process there. I love knowing how people stumble upon that kind of stuff. Yep. Wow. So. Fucking I'm king in the castle. Like, again, kings and queens, like, we still have them. Like, you think it might be funny to laugh at the fucking beta males who, like, just fucking did manual labor all day while the king and the friars were running through town with their scepters, right? Like, that's dumb. Like, you and I both know that that's dumb. Yet, I'll raise you one. It's the year 2021, and there's a fucking queen in the castle in England, and she gets millions and millions and millions of pounds of tax dollars, or tax pounds. Like, it's bizarre. It's bizarre, it's weird, and it's something a dumb motherfucker would do. Like, seriously. Like, thousands of years of beta males led to having a queen in the castle in the year 2021. Like, why didn't my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather deal with this shit? Why do I have to deal with this shit? Seriously? Beta males. Every human in the history of humans is a beta male. Like, that's what this shit is. You're telling me, oh, I gotta support my family. Remember, like, I'm watching these, like, old, television programs downstairs, because, I'm currently staying with a bunch of old people, but, and they got a lot of that macho stuff where it's like, you gotta support your family. Okay, so I'm gonna support my family by living in destitution, hating people with a different skin color than me, because that makes perfect sense, and then giving my money to a corrupt president that does nothing for me and won't even, like, rebuild my infrastructure after my brothers and sisters decided to have a civil war for no reason. Like, what? Like, what is this, like, I just don't understand, like, this fucking dumb bullshit. I really just don't get it. I don't know, man. Onion on Prince Charles not even deciding what his king name will be. King name? What? What is a king name? Hold the phone. I gotta look this up. What is a king name? What? It's not just like you wouldn't be King Charles? He has a king name? I looked it up and I can't find anything. Just like Martin Luther King. It's just, I mean, which is good. Soup for my family, then pound razor blades in a barrel. Love it. What does that... Okay, so this is just like, I have to spend money on a name change, right? Being a trans person. I have to spend money and my time and effort arguing why I need to change my name in front of a court. Meanwhile, King Charlie over here is like, hey, but the past two kings of the Charles variety, it was my fault, now I'm going to change my name for free. Yes, I am. Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you fucking joking? King name. Fucking king name, dude. What is a king name? Can I get one? Like, fuck. I was very disgusted with Jimmy Dore's video, and I Twitter searched the people who felt the same way. Sally Hunt shared your video, and that's how I came across it. Well, you should tell them what you told me, because that is how this stuff works. I appreciate that. Regnal name? Regnal? Now you're just making shit up. You're just making shit up now. He might pick George just because? What? What? The prince's full title, oh my god. Again, literally tens of thousands of years of beta males have led to this sentence. Alright, you ready for this? The prince's full title is His Royal Highness Prince Charles Philip Arthur George. Prince of Wales, KGKT, GCB, OMAK, QSOCC, SOM, comma, braces, or brackets, 285, space CD, brackets, 286, PCADC, Earl of Chester, Duke of Cornwall. Cornwall! It's like, yes, I live in the state of Cornwall. Cornwall! I literally can't. Duke of Rothesay, fucking Earl. Who's Earl? Like, are you kidding me? What is this bullshit? What is this bullshit? Fuck out of here with that dumb shit. Thousands of years of beta males have led to the prince's full title is His Royal Highness Prince Charles Philip Arthur George. What? Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking joking? Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get some more news out of the way. I know I've been doing a little bit of a thing here. Let's talk about Joe ass Biden. Joe ass, motherfucking ass, son of a bitch and ass Biden. Bitch ass McBiden.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
So Biden says he is open to negotiating the proposed $1,400 COVID stimulus checks. All right, so, okay. Let me give you a quick recap here. So this dumb motherfucker, I'm talking about President Joe ass Biden, this dumb, batshit-brained, loser, asshole, fuckface motherfucker was like, you gotta vote for Warnock and Ossoff in Georgia, and then you get $2,000. Well, okay, they did that. Warnock and Ossoff are they're senators now, and the Democrats have control of the Senate and the House and the presidency. All right, cool. So then Biden was like, 1,400. Let's do a 1,400. And now he wants to fucking negotiate 1,400 with Republicans. What? Democrats control the Senate, and yet Biden already negotiated from 2,000 to 1,400, so we lost $600 from this guy's fucking dumbass fuck, right? And then now he says he's open to fucking, like, what? I gotta read this article. I gotta figure out what did he, oh, this is 2 paragraphs, all right. U.S. President Joe Biden said on Monday that he is open to negotiating the eligibility requirements of his proposed 1,400 whoa. Little bit of a little double look at that. There's a little double right there. Requirements of his proposed 4,000 COVID stimulus check. A nod to lawmakers who have said they should be more targeted to lower incomes. What? The previous round of stimulus checks included the $600 per person check, blah, 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 less than 75,000, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Like, fuck off, dude. Like, seriously. Give every single person, not citizen, give every single person in the United States of America $2,000 a month, retroactive to March. Anything less than that, I'm sorry. Suck my middle fingers, you dumb old man. Jesus Christ. I hate this guy. Look at me, I'm Joe Biden. Look at me. Like, what the fuck?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
My God. My God. What a dumb asshole. Like, seriously, like, this guy, like, not even a week into his presidency. Not even a week into his presidency. And he's fucking up. So, I mean, again, I don't know what to tell you, but Jesus goddamn. Biden already too stupid for politics. Like, yeah, he is. They clearly don't care about us. Agreed. Come on, Jack. Get your words straight, Jack. Hold up. Let me get that.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Fucking Jack. They negotiate and compromise with themselves, then try to get Republicans on board. We don't need Republicans. Democrats control the Senate. Oh, yes, we must get fucking somebody to agree with me even though they don't need to. Like, what? My lord. Preemptive surrender? Absolutely. You know the thing. I mean, you do, in fact, know the thing. Yeah, we were disposable to them just like the poor people whose bones show... Yep, they were too. Same hierarchy, different time? That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. Thousands of years of beta males. Seriously. And I don't mean to be, like a grand philosopher here and, up my own asshole. But, religion is just, the ultimate, it keeps you as a beta. If you are, and again, I know there's people, you can be whatever you want to be, and you can have your own interpretation, whatever, but that's fine. Me personally, though, that's not for me, and you can bear with me here. I'm just, comedic grain of salt, bear with me. But, goddamn, religion is fucking dumb. Literally thousands of years, these motherfuckers have been saying, oh, I'm king in the castle because Jesus is on my wall. And are you going to disrespect Jesus? Jesus said I was king in the castle. They kind of do need ours on board. They don't, though. They could pass it via reconciliation. It either has to get 60 votes, be budget neutral for reconciliation, or Dems have to repeal the filibuster. Yeah, they should do all of those things. They should pass it through reconciliation, have the Republicans cry, and then say the Republicans are crying, so we're just going to nuke the filibuster. That's what they should do. If you believe in the Christian version of God, you'll believe anything. I mean, sure, yeah. I just don't get religion, dude. I just don't understand. Thousands of years of keeping people beta. Maybe I should come up with better terminology for that, but it's alright, I'm just gonna sit in my little fucking hovel, eating fucking porridge, and, breaking my bones for some guy with a Jesus statue. It's what? You're gonna do what? You're gonna dedicate your entire life on this earth, one of which you only have one of, on some dude who says that they're king in the castle? I'm sorry, it's just dumb. It's just so stupid. Morning, I'm entering chat hearing Andrea say religion is fucking dumb, and I agree. I was born, raised, Jehovah's Witness, knocked on more doors than an even lady. I mean, that sounds very interesting. When I was canvassing for Bernie, actually, and this is an anecdote, obviously, but I'm telling a story. Of course it's an anecdote. Why do I even feel the need to say, of course it's I'm literally just telling a story from my personal life. Oh, it's an anecdote. Of course it is. But anyway, when I was canvassing for a one chairman Bernard Sanders in South Carolina, there were a couple people that were I don't think Bernie is okay for me because I'm Christian. They literally said that. Bernie being Jewish was a no-go for a couple people. And I was before that, I've known religion is bonkers, dumb shit since I was 13, right? I was part of the new atheist movement. Hell yeah, right? Hell, I was reading Sam Harris every single day of my life. And then it's just weird to know on a theory level how dumb religion is. And then it's I don't want universal health care because Bernie is a Jew. What? I don't want universal pre-K for my children because Bernie is a Jew. What?
Dumb people, liberal people.
So stupid. Chris Stockman, a movie review recently came out as an ex-JW, and it was pretty heartbreaking. how they destroy your family and hold it over your head. I mean, sure. Christians are the same people who will tell you that they believe in that the belief in alien life is stupid. I am ruining my future political career, by the way. Like, I just want y'all to know, like, I don't give a shit. Like if I ever do run for office, especially in a southern state, you bet your sweet bippy, like, this whole, like, stream is gonna be all over television. Yeah, religion is fucking dumb. Like, feel free to put some music on that one. Sam Harris is using religion to scapegoat people, that's all. No, absolutely, Sam Harris is garbage. Yeah, Tubman on the $20 bill is interesting, but I just hope it doesn't, we don't get just symbolism for the next 4 years. Personally, they should redo all the bills. Like, I got a bill right here, right? Oh, never mind. I got a bill right here, and it's got some dumb motherfucker on it. I don't want the dumb motherfucker on my bill. Put me on the bill. Fuck it. You know, honestly, you know what? Just for the sake of comedy, put Bill Clinton on the $1 bill. Like, his name is Bill, right? Like, imagine, you know how it says, like, at the bottom, right, where it just says, like, their name and, like, the scroll or whatever. It would just show Bill's dumbass face and then just say, Bill. We need voices like yours because people exist that are like that. I can't vote for Bernie because he's a Jew. I literally had, like, at least 10 people say that in different ways. Like, they didn't say explicitly, like, I'm sorry, I would rather die of a disease and not be able to pay for my health care than vote for a Jew. They didn't say that explicitly. But I had people say, like, I don't know, Bernie isn't, you know, my religion doesn't really allow me to, like, look at him. And it's like, okay, let me tell you, I canvassed, right? And again, these are all beautiful people, and I hope they get help. But I canvassed, right, in South Carolina. There was this one house, right? And they, like, you know, you're not, when someone invites you in, you're not supposed to go in. But I do anyway, because, like, fuck it, whatever. The Bernie campaign is over. Like, what are you going to do, fire me? Like, what are you going to do? Like, you already lost. Like, you have no power over me, motherfucker. Right? So they tell you not to go in houses, but fuck it. I went in plenty of people's houses. I sat down with someone and had, like, a 30-minute conversation about, like, fucking the state of the world while, like, drinking coffee with someone. That was cool. They were cool. But someone invites me into their house, and there's, like, fucking Jesus, like, paintings all over the place. There's, like, 15 trillion portraits of the fucking Savior all over the wall. And, like, I'm in the fucking doorway. Like, I haven't even gotten into the home yet, and I already say, oh, Jesus Christ. Right? And these people are like, hello? Like, and they're super nice. And then I say, like, I'm canvassing for Bernie Sanders. And then they just, like, sour immediately. And it's like, I don't think we can support him. And it's like, and I asked them why, and they just kept saying, I don't think we can support him. I'm sorry. And then they just, like, you know, kind of like said, well, do you need anything? Is everything okay? It's like, they were nice people, lovely people. But it's like, I don't think I can support him. I don't know, man. I interpret that as anti-Semitic, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're just beautiful people. I don't know. And they just can't support him for some other bizarre reason. But, like, I don't know. If I'm walking into a house and I see Jesus statues everywhere and they say they can't support Bernie Sanders and won't give me any supporting evidence, hey, I don't know, man. That leads my brain to thinking something. Do you catch on fire? I think. Maybe. Put Karl Marx on the $10 bill. I'm down with that. Oops, when I canvassed, I went into some houses. Yeah, I mean, like, going into people's houses and talking to them is really interesting. They would get into fights when I was at the polls over Bernie and Jews. Are you kidding me? William Jefferson. Oh, my God. I'll say it. Religion makes people dumb. They sound like idiots when they get on with my religion. Don't let... Like, okay. I know, right? There's these dumb motherfuckers, right? Dumb motherfuckers. Oh, I can't eat a specific meat because my religion tells me so. I'm sorry. I can't eat cow because of my religion. How about you don't eat cow because it's morally reprehensible to do? You need a religion to tell you not to eat cows? What? Like, I mean, I'm glad you're not eating cows, right? Cows are beautiful creatures and they shouldn't be consumed, right? But, like, the idea that, oh, I'm not going to eat cow because I want to be a healthy person. I'm not going to eat cow because I think that it's morally reprehensible what they do to cows in factory farms. No, it's I don't want to eat cow because a book told me to, because my religion. And then you got these dumb assholes that do the same with bacon. Oh, sorry, I can't eat bacon. My religion says so. Like, okay, so let me get this straight. Let me understand this. So you eat high fructose corn syrup on a daily basis, yet you can't eat fucking bacon because it's unnatural or something? What? Like, how? Like, do you think I'm an idiot? Like, when you tell me that, oh, I can't eat bacon for religious reasons, like, do you think I'm stupid? Because when you say that to me, it sounds like you think I'm a stupid person. And I'm not a stupid person. I'm sorry, but it's just dumb. Oh, I can't go against the Bible, I say, as I wear mixed fabrics on my body, right? Like, I mean, it's just, like, so dumb. These people are fucking, like, ugh. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for this one, I know. I'm sorry, but... Michael Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness, and remember hearing that they made him sit in the back of the congregation because of his music and his dance moves. They didn't like that stuff at all. That's just so dumb. That one household cost Bernie in South Carolina. Yep, I shouldn't have gone in the door. I you know how I was saying on my stream yesterday that Bree was partially responsible for the fall of the Bernie campaign? It was actually me. I am partially responsible for the fall of the Bernie campaign. I shouldn't have gone in their house. Shouldn't have gone in. It's all my fault. Jesus was Jewish, and the Bible says Jews are God's chosen people. I don't think many Christians are anti-Semitic. Yeah, but you have to understand, what the Bible says and what Christians do, that's like a Venn diagram that are almost, like, maybe the circles are touching, but there's really little overlap there. Like, those are completely separate, like, things. The actual Bible versus what Christians do with the Bible, they are not, there is no, those are two whole different ball games. What came first, the religion or the dumb? I mean, we all were dumb. Like, imagine being alive. Like, imagine you're a human and there is no language. Like, how do you, like, language to me is pivotal to my entire human experience, right? Like, I, will at all times be like, my whole career is about talking, right? Whenever I'm not talking, I'm thinking about talking. Whenever I'm just moving around, I am always constantly thinking in the English language. Like, I use that to comprehend the world around me. Imagine you just can't think. Well, you think, but you can't think in language because there is no language, right? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we started off dumb in that instance, but, I mean, dumb is, you know, contextual. Let's all support ideas written by angry, extreme, patriarchal goat herders. Fucking goat. Oh. Cancelled and clipped. Oh, shit. Yo, okay, legit, though. Legit, though. Let's talk about this. Operation Grift, Part 2. Operation Grift, Part 2. Hear me out. I'm gonna, like, what we should do... Mr. Freak is probably like, oh no, don't do it. But what we should do is I should say some like really hot takes. And then if anyone who watches me has a Twitter following of any kind, I want you to clip these hot takes and then post them on Twitter in an attempt to call me out. And then like, we'll just see what happens. Like someone clip me talking about like how religion is dumb and then like say that I'm like anti-religion or something. And then just see what happens. Like, I love social experiments. Just got a new subscriber. Thank you, Kogober. Andrea, do you ever wonder about Max's internal monologue? I honestly wonder about that a lot. Just dogs in general. I love watching dogs move, especially when they sniff, you know, and the dogs like will, like any dog will just like stand still and start sniffing and then like make these like small movements and start like what is going through their brain when they're on that sniff? I'm just so curious. I have something on my left cheek. I bet I do. I bet I do. The book burnings alone that they did fostered a lot of this mess. No, absolutely. Like, there was probably, like, fucking, I don't know, some dumb bitch, like, fucking in 600 AD had some brilliant idea, like probably figured out quantum physics or something, wrote it in a fucking papyrus scroll, and then some dumb assholes like, I'm just gonna burn down the Library of Alexandria, right? Fuck it, why not? And then like thousands of years later, we're still discovering things that have been claimed in other papyrus scrolls to have already been discovered in like fucking 300 AD, right? But then some dumb motherfuckers like, I'm just gonna set it all on fire for religion. It's like, what? Like, how dumb are you? Like, how? Like, I don't know, man. It's just so stupid. You got a permaban from Twitter. Make a new account. I have an absence of religion because I would rather think. Yeah, sure. I didn't mean to like turn this whole episode into religion. I'm more concerned with hierarchies in general. And religion is just one of the biggest scams. Like, again, I'm king in the castle because I've got a fucking stained glass fucking Jesus thing. So stupid. My dog looks at a used diaper that's been in the sun for 3 days like I look at a Twix. Oh my God. Stop! You shouldn't be looking at a Twix that way, though, because that shit's got fructose, and that's going to kill you. Regarding Christian religion, and the Dominicans in particular were incredibly bloody and halted any form of progress that started to pop up during the Renaissance and humanist periods. Yeah, I mean, like, look at, like, Galileo or whatever. Galileo is just looking through a magnifying glass and saying, whoa, is that a ring around Saturn or something? And then all of a sudden the guy's in jail. It's like, what? It's like, whoa. I'm just looking through my fucking, like, thing, and I just saw something cool. Now you're in jail. Like, it's just so dumb. Like, you expect me to take religion seriously? I'm sorry. If you don't pray in my school, I won't think in your church. Sure, Captain Spock. Dumbledore. The Vatican does have quite a bit of books in their underground library that spans for miles, so who knows exactly what's down there. No, I know. I would love, like, I would love just to know all the secrets that these motherfuckers are holding in the name of God or whatever. So dumb. I have to ask at Amanda Richardson what they ban you for. Lol, I'm in Facebook jail for posting an anti-capitalism post. Huh? My dad is a Unitarian Universalist pastor who goes by the Commie Preacher and recently uploaded a YouTube video for his Church of the Revelation Project called Jesus Made Me a Communist. I mean, that's cool. That's good. Like, I'm not trying to, like, shit on, like, religious people. I'm just trying to shit on religion. There's a difference, I think. I feel I relate with you on several topics and enjoy your humor. Do you have Twitter or Instagram? I've been told I should make an Instagram, because I guess I don't like, what is Instagram, like, where I just like post photos of myself and then like that's it? Like, okay, like I can do that. So maybe I'll make an Instagram. What do I think of Biden getting impeached? What I think of Biden getting impeached is
you will file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden.
That's what I think. Dear God, please save me from your followers. Oh my God. Not only the Vatican, but also the Eastern Orthodox churches have an incredible amount of classical period codexes that they don't let people see. You could just digitize it all. Like, you could just digitize it all and let everyone see it. Like, that's the whole point of writing things down. Like, again, the whole point of writing things down was a way to store information outside of the brain. That's it. That's what the whole purpose is. To store information outside of the brain. And yet these motherfuckers are like, okay, so we've got an internet. We can infinitely store anything forever. Instead, let's not do that. Post photos of Max. I could do that as well. He considers himself a pantheist follower of the Jesus of Nazareth. I mean, that's cool. Like, if you want to, like, follow Jesus as a person and kind of, like, strip away a lot of that dumb religious shit and kind of talk about, like, you know, Jesus was a socialist, which is factual, or a communist, which is factual. That is factually correct to my understanding. Ugh. Instagram is a Facebook Zuckerberg product. Yeah, I know. It's, I would prefer an alternative, but I don't know. They took books from the Egyptians and the Mayans, and imagine the knowledge from the two cultures alone. Imagine what the Nazis, the Nazis were around for like fucking 15 years, right? And they had a lot of people go literally all across the world in the 1930s and collect ancient texts, ancient, like, you know, sculptures and statues and like all this like really like ancient civilization stuff. Imagine 10 years of the Nazis having unlimited money and resources to go around the world and collecting information of ancient societies, and then they just kind of burned it all. They kind of just destroyed most of it. Like, imagine what the Nazis found in, like, the fucking tombs of ancient Egypt that, like, they just destroyed. And that's the thing. It's like, this shit keeps me up at night. Like, I'm serious. Like these dumb motherfuckers think they own... Like, oh, I'm king in the castle. I went through this tomb and it's all mine now. What? Like, oh, I saw this ancient text that told us about the blue eyes white dragon in an ancient Egyptian fucking tomb. And I'm just going to destroy it so no one else will ever get to know about that? What? You kidding me? Nazis stormed many Buddhist and Indian temples also. Yeah. They literally just went around the whole fucking world and destroyed ancient culture for no reason. Holy shit, I just discovered you can open the chat in a new tab. Right-click chat in and open frame in new window. This is so cool. There you go. You did not waste the first 25 minutes of the show. You educated people how to eat healthy. I know. I'm just, you know, I'm messing around. You're talking so slow right now after 1.75x. Well, I try my best. My tribal elders always emphasized that we are all sitting in the ground here in a circle at the same level. Sure. I think all of the world belongs to all of us, not us as in humans, but us as in everyone on the world. I think ancient civilizations and ancient cultures belong to all of us. Again, like I was saying earlier, a lot of archaeology from the 19th century was based on the concept of phrenology, where it's like, oh, we're going to go dig up some fossilized remains of black people to prove that they've always been subservient to white people. And it's like, what? And clearly, they found nothing that proved that. Right? There was this story, actually, of an archaeologist, I think it was in, like, the 1920s. 1920s, right? Like 100 years ago, I think. And someone fact-check me. But there was an archaeologist that got, they reconstructed a skull from, like, parts of a dog's skull, and then claimed that it's like an ancient missing link between black people and white people as a way to say that like black people are subservient. Look. And then it was discovered like 40 years later or something that it was just like a dog skull. Like they just lied about the whole thing. They literally just tore apart a bunch of dog skulls, put them together and made it look like it was like, oh, look, they're lesser than us. And then people thought it was real for like 20 or 30 years. They just thought it was real. They were just like, okay, I guess that's real. For like years, decades, they were like, I guess it's real. Someone fact check me on that, because I'm probably not with all the details, but I remember reading a story about that a couple years ago. My friend wrote a book called The Carpenter's Son, a proletarian reconstruction of Jesus of Nazareth. That sounds pretty good. The Morton skull, is that what it is? Okay, so maybe this wasn't the 1920s. It was the 1820s. Okay. That's a big difference, but not that big of a difference. god, what a fucking idiot. I literally cannot imagine being that dumb motherfucker. Rewriting history is the history. That's a way to put it. I just had dinner. I'm stuffed. I have yet to have breakfast. Well, I technically did. I had some soy-based coffee. But I'm looking forward to eating very soon here. Ag, I think it could have been tendinitis. Bruh, I need to walk around while watching this. Lol. I think I have tendinitis. Okay. Wow, it's 11:13. I've just been... Oh, Jesus. I guess this is like a fucking, like, stand-up special instead of, like, a news show. I barely got through anything I wanted to talk about. I was just doing a fucking stand-up routine. Wow. Anyway, I need to make breakfast still. I have been too into Andrea. I mean, as you should, of course. Hello, Sarah Darklaw. Hello, Simon Says. Someone is calling me. No one is calling me. Wish I could give you my blueberry scones. What do I usually eat for breakfast? I, like to consume eggs, including egg whites. I like to consume 1, maybe 2 egg yolks, with 3 to 4 eggs with the yolks removed. Brings me up to around, 15 to 20 grams of protein, which is good for a first meal of the day. For those of you that don't know, the yolk contains a lot of the cholesterol. You should not have more than 3 yolks per day. So, for example, if you like eggs and you want volume, what you can do is you can make like 2 eggs in a pan and then put like 3 eggs, remove the egg yolk, so it's just 2 eggs with a lot of egg whites. Egg whites contain the bulk of the protein, whereas the yolk contains the bulk of the vitamins and other such nutrients, including cholesterol. Yes, I'm a vegetarian. I still eat eggs, for those wondering. Seasoned bagel is the best breakfast with some orange juice. That's actually, I think, the worst breakfast imaginable. The bagel is actually nothing. Like, it has some fibrous material in it. Most bagels don't have that much fiber unless you're getting a special, like, bagel made that has fiber in it. Chances are you're only getting like 2 grams of fiber with that. And you're also probably going to get like 60 grams of glucose in the form of carbohydrates in the form of glucose. And chances are that bagel is going to have added sugar in the form of fructose, because most of them do. Most bread does, right? And then the orange juice is evil. Orange juice literally is death. The only reason why people think orange juice is good is because juice companies wanted to find a way to convince people it was good. Orange juice is actually all the bad parts of fruit with none of the good parts. When you eat an orange, what you're doing is you're consuming the fructose, right? But you're also consuming the fibrous materials of the orange, which counterbalance the fructose when it hits your body. Whereas the orange juice is just the fructose. There's no fibrous material. Sure, if you have pulp in it, it's better than no pulp for sure. But you should just not drink orange juice. Orange juice is extremely unhealthy, and it's almost the same thing as drinking like a can of Coke. It's like very similar. The only difference is people think the orange juice is healthy. That's the thing, is most people know that soda's unhealthy. They do it anyway. The people genuinely think, oh, I'm going to drink orange juice every day. I'm healthy, when that does the exact opposite. It's the same thing with like cereal companies. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, guys. It fuels you for the rest of the day. No, it doesn't. No. Breakfast is unnecessary. You don't need breakfast. Now, if you want to eat breakfast, fine, right? But it's unnecessary. It's not required. And they just did that as a way to sell sugary cereals, which, by the way, only created 88% metabolic syndrome. 95% of Americans don't eat enough fiber. If you're going to start your day off with cereal, orange juice, a bagel, I'm sorry. You're starting your day off at a net deficit. You are making it so that in 2 hours from now, you're going to experience a sugar crash. You're going to feel shitty until your next meal. And that's the American diet. That's how you get diabetes, is, oh, I'm just going to eat nothing but carbohydrates for breakfast in the form of fructose, and then that's going to fucking run through my body in 2 hours, and I'm going to have no more fucking energy left. Then I'm going to eat another bagel in the form of glucose, and that'll last maybe 3-4 hours, right? But not that long. And then I'm going to go home and eat like fucking a steak or something. Yeah, I'm going to get some protein. Except actually, you're getting all the protein at once, right? Now, your body can only process upwards of 25 to 30 grams of protein in a meal. The rest rest just gets converted to fat. So, all right, you're going to eat 50 grams of protein at night. Have fun with that. Meanwhile, was that protein soaked in high fructose corn syrup? Probably. I don't know, man. Who drinks orange juice with cereal? I used to as a kid. I love a bagel. I need that Cabro load. Sometimes I have two. That's why I eat it, because I need to gain weight, but the orange thing I'll take note of. But I'm more homemade smoothie guy anyway. Smoothies are definitely better than juice. Smoothies destroy a lot of the fiber, but not all of it. It's like pulp versus no pulp. I mean, you can eat bagels. That's fine. I'm not telling you, like, you shouldn't eat bagels. I'm just saying be mindful of what you're doing. In my opinion, you should not put anything inside of your body unless you've got a specific purpose in doing so. And you can apply that statement in any direction in that you so choose. So, for example, if I'm going to drink a beverage, I'm going to drink a beverage with the express purpose of gaining something out of it. So normally I'll just drink water. Look at this. Got a whole bottle of water right here. Look at that. Check this out. Look at that. Wow. Right? Do you need anything else? Oh, you need some sugar in there? Well, if you do, if you want, like, you know, if you're like, all right, it's like 4 p.m., I'm just going to have like a solid 30 seconds of, like, you know, get a little bit of something. If you want to take a sip of something, you know, go for it. But you should know what you're putting into your body. And that's one of the things that I find so problematic is in school, we were taught like the food pyramid with ice cream at the top of the pyramid. Now, I don't know about you, right? But when you're like 8 years old and you're looking at a pyramid, you see ice cream at the top of the pyramid. First of all, the top of the pyramid is the most interesting part of the pyramid. Like, you know, you want to get to the top, right? Because it's like a huge thing, right? And so if you put ice cream at the top, you're just telling kids, okay, ice cream's at the top of the pyramid. Like did this like 5 food groups bullshit. It's like, yeah, have some ice cream in your daily diet. What? As long as you get your whole grains and then you can get some ice cream. Like literally in school, I was taught that eating ice cream every day is okay as long as you eat like a slice of wheat bread or something. Like, and that's what I was taught. And then think about this, right? Think about this. My mom wasn't even taught that. My mom like was just taught eat whatever. Like just eat whatever's there. And that's usually not good. There you go. But again, 88% of Americans are metabolically unhealthy. That's a problem. Like literally, I've got 79 viewers right now. God bless all of you, right? 79 viewers, 80 viewers right now. Let me bust out. Like, why can't I get 100 viewers, right? Like, why can't this be easy? I gotta bust out the calculator because I'm a dumb bitch. So, what is 80% of 81 viewers? Okay. So, chances are 65 of you are metabolically unhealthy. So, I've got 81 people. Actually, no, I did that wrong. I did 80%. I'm sorry. I did that wrong. So chances are 72 of you, I've got 81 viewers. According to the statistics, assuming everyone in this chat is American, of which I know is not true, but let's just, you know, assuming that is the case, 72 of you are metabolically unhealthy. Like, what? What? Dumb motherfuckers. I'm a vegan as well, almost 8 years. I read nutrition books, but I don't associate myself with vegan police. I like that you talk about this. I'm a vegetarian, not a vegan. My purposes for that is because I think eggs are really healthy, and I do understand the moral implications of them. At some point, I would like to get my own eggs. I would like to have like a little farm. I would like to grow my own food, and I would like to have livestock and stuff like that. That's a future goal of mine. But yeah, veganism, vegetarianism, you can do that unhealthily as with any diet, and you can also do it healthily. But as long as you know what you're doing, vegetarianism is not difficult. You know what I mean? Orange juice does have some vitamins and minerals compared to soda, and if it has pulp, it has some fiber. Of course, fresh squeeze is the best, but of course, just eat an orange. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, pulp is better than no pulp. It has some vitamins. But at the same time, like, again, people, if you are convinced, oh, it's like when you know how people say, oh, wine is actually good for you. Well, yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, it's got some, like, it's got, like, one nutrient in there somewhere. But also, you can just eat a grape. Wine is good for you. It's just an excuse for, like, fucking middle-aged women who are coming to terms with them not being hot anymore to just drink themselves every night until they pass out. That's what that is. Like, wine is actually good for... Like, no, it's not. Orange juice is not actually good for you. Like, sure, it has, like, one or two good things in it, but I mean... You're a vegan for 6 years, K-pop? That's cool. I've been a vegetarian for about 11 months. Do I eat salty nuts or fresh nuts? I don't eat that many nuts, but when I do, it's usually just whatever. Like, sometimes I go through the nut aisle in the store and I'll grab a nut. Breakfast diminishes autophagy. That's correct. I wouldn't say breakfast itself limits that. I mean, if you skip dinner, it would have the same effect. You know what I mean? So, it's really just about fasting in general. I just want the Amazon food pellet. Food pellet. I'm sorry, but pellet is such a good word. Oh, pellet is such a fucking pellet. I'm sorry. I know what the word means, but I just want to read the definition of pellet. Okay. I'm going to try my best. Okay. Okay. Pellet. A small, rounded, compressed mass of a substance. Pellet. A small, rounded, compressed mass of a substance. That is a pellet. I'm sorry, it's just such a good word. Why is that, K-pop? I'm actually not a fan of Robert Lustig. Why is that? I hate the taste of plastic bottles. I use a water filter. Yeah, no, me too. I'm just saying, like, I just happen to have a bottle of water right here. You know, this is a prop. I'm not going to go downstairs and, you know, like, I'm doing a web show here. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the rant. I'm vegan and pretty health conscious, though, will say. But did learn about the orange juice, though, or doesn't really surprise me. American food education is straight up propaganda. Yes, exactly. Dietary guidelines, let me look at the dietary guidelines. I think they just came out for the 2020. I cannot find any useful information without, like, searching through the fucking document. Okay, anyway, I can't find the information I'm looking for. Let me see. I do have the NHS, right? Should we go across the pond? I found the NHS dietary guidelines. You ready? Let's go across the pond. Make fun of some dumb Brits, right? I'm making fun of the Americans. Let's make fun of the Brits. So, total sugars. This is per day. Daily references for adults. Right? Total sugars, 90 grams. The NHS is telling people to eat 90 grams of sugar a day? What? Like... What? Page last reviewed 8th of June 2020. 90 grams of sugar a day? Is that a joke? Fuck, dude. That's worse than I thought. 90 grams. And I know there's all kinds of different sugars. I understand that. But I mean, Jesus. Like, carbohydrates, 260 grams? What? Like, so they want you to eat 260 grams of carbohydrates. Now, it actually specifies here at least 260 grams. So everything else is a less than. Right? At least 260 grams. So you can have more. And then also 90 grams of sugar. That's incredible. I read Eat to Live by Dr. Joel Furman in 2011, and it changed my life. I've been reading... that's actually on a list I have, but I do not have it at the moment. But I've been reading a couple books and watching a lot of presentations and reading a lot of stuff online. Damn, I want ice cream now. Yo, I'm way behind on the chat. I'm sorry. Dr. Furman made his own version of the food pyramid. That's pretty neat. Awesome. Glad I got Andrea to break on stream. The pellet is just such a good word. The best thing in orange juice is the vodka. Agreed. But I would rather just put vodka with like seltzer water. That's how I would prefer to drink it. Some foods are just going to be something you have to make up for by eating other healthy things and only eating in moderation. You got to see if you can fit in whatever in a healthy diet is the thing. Yeah, like if the options are eating ice cream and nothing else versus eating ice cream and 2 slices of rye bread with peanut butter, right? Yeah, sure, you're going to have more calories, but also you're going to negate the impact of a lot of the sugars of that ice cream over the long run. Like, it really is about, like, the total intake, right? So it's like, yeah, is it technically, sure, if you eat, like, a healthy thing, is it okay to have ice cream once in a while? Sure. But the problem is we're eating added sugar for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, kids are eating Fruit Loops, which is literally just ice cream in sugar form, or in cereal form. And then for fucking lunch at their school, they're drinking chocolate milk or a can of fucking Mountain Dew or whatever, which is giving them a fucking caffeine addiction from an early age, right? I remember I was drinking Mountain Dew when I was fucking 10, and that got me addicted to caffeine. Look at me, right? So it's like, these are, and then for dinner, they get home and they eat mac and cheese, you know? Like, so it's like, I don't know, man. We're fucked. Who cares what people eat? Personal choices and all. I care. I don't want my friends and family to die 30 years younger. My mom is dead because she didn't have a good diet, so I'm just saying, like, I'm not, you know, it is important what people eat. Yes, people have the ultimate freedom of choice, but for the sake of your friends and family, try not to die 30 years younger than you should. I keep banging on the lever, but the Bezos food pellet is not coming. The fucking food pellet. Jesus. Compressed is a shitty description. Any scientist knows that you can't compress a solid. They're saying you can't make a pellet out of a salad. I have no idea. Am I thinking of gaining or losing weight? I have lost about 70 pounds over the last year. I want to lose around 10 to 20 more. And then also a lot of that, the work that I want to do is just like toning my skin. I got a lot of flab, from years of unhealthy eating that I need to work on. How much beans on toast is recommended? Well, first of all, correction. How many beans on toast is recommended would be proper grammatical construction of that sentence, classical anti-fascist. But to answer your question, how many beans on toast? I don't know. As many as you can get. As many as you can possibly get. Without them, like, falling off. Imagine 90 grams of blow. Don't make me imagine that. Hello, Smia. I like freeze-dried nuts and veggies, but now I'm worried I'm messing with their nutrition. Are you talking about kids? Freeze-dried fruits and veggies. Did I say nuts the first time? Am I dumb? I mean, like, yeah, just, I don't know. Over the course of this next year, I would like to get, like, a more concrete thing. You know, so instead of just saying eat healthy, just do it on yourself, read yourself. I want to create like a series where I just kind of explain eating healthy, but like in the comedic tone that I explain everything else. You know, I don't want to explain it like I'm a fucking doctor. Like, hello, then you eat, and then that's what, like, I'm not, like, what? Like, I don't know. So I'm going to do that over the course of the next year for sure. But eat low on food chain, cut out sugar, don't eat broken food, exercise. There you go. NHS is saying adults should have no more than 30 g of free sugars a day. Non-free, including stuff like dairy and vegetables. I mean, even then, 30 grams of free sugars is a shitload. A metric shitload. Who cares what other people eat? Judging people, blah, blah, blah. We're just passing tips, chill. I mean, yeah, again, if you want to die 30 years younger than you should and leave your friends and family crying and destitute and upset for the rest of their lives, feel free. I mean, again, you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying you should strive to be a healthier person at all times. If you don't want to, for whatever reason, then I say we should work on that reason. I don't think that there is a like depression or addiction. Anything, I think, I've been depressed my whole life. Like I said before on the show, from the age of 12 or 13 all the way up until like last year, I planned on killing myself every single day of my life. And that was my excuse for eating unhealthily. I was 260 pounds at one point. I am currently 155, right? I no longer want to kill myself. Therefore, my excuse for eating unhealthy foods is gone. Now, if you're depressed, I mean, I would love to help you with that in any capacity that you're comfortable with. But again, I'm not trying to like say that if you eat unhealthily, you're a bad person. I'm saying that you're a good person. You are a good person, and you should treat yourself as such. I like when we talk about food because literally no one taught me this stuff. Same, no one taught me this stuff. I remember I had orange pop in a bottle when I was like 2-3. That's what my mom knew. Yep, there you go. I was drinking soda from the age of like 4, probably. Exercise is super important, absolutely. I have a problem with exercise back at home because I can't leave the house without like fearing, of getting raped or whatever. Like I've told this story. When I first moved to North Carolina, I would try to walk around like dusk, and I'd have people like fucking like drive up to me and tell me to get in their car and like open their car door and stuff like that. And it's like really bizarre. And then like following me, like if I like decline their request, maybe they think I'm a prostitute. I get it. I'm hot as hell. I understand, right? So if I decline their request, which, shout outs to them for requesting, right? And then they follow me. I've literally had cars follow me. I've had to like run to my home from like down the street because a car was like turning around on the so I have a problem with exercise at home. Where I'm currently staying though, I've been trying to like do some more exercise because this is a little bit of a nicer neighborhood. At least to my understanding, it's a nicer neighborhood. My sister is going to die before my mom, and it's cause she won't listen to us and make us feel bad if we try to help. I mean, that's a defense mechanism. I remember like people telling me I should eat well, and then in my defense mechanism, was offended by that. People are in different ways. You got to find a way to get into that. Like, I'm just sitting on a live stream. This is just me blogging. Like, if I were going up to a family member that has severe depression and food addiction, I would not be, like, going on my show, swiveling around in my chair, going, like, whoop-de-dee-da. Like, what are you, a dumb motherfucker? Like, it's all about context, obviously. My grandfather's 99 years old, and he eats, like, garbage even to this day. I'm happy for him. That's great. Sadly, it's easy to have an unhealthy relationship with food and precisely sugar in particular. I mean, I was addicted to sugar from a young age. If you give, like, soda and, like, Fruit Loops or other equivalent unhealthy foods to your kids, they will be... there's a lot of, like, baby formula has, like, small amounts of fructose corn syrup in it. And if you give an infant like 6 months or younger, like formula that has like any sort of like high fructose corn syrup in it, you are going to be rewiring their brain for the rest of their life. The rest of their life, they're going to have a sugar addiction because you're too lazy to do like the proper research. and you know, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not. I'm sorry if I'm offensive. This is a societal problem, and my thing is like, you need to help each other, because hey, I've got 70 viewers. If I can help 70 viewers learn how to eat better, and if they can help me learn how to eat better, well, I know that those 70 viewers of mine have 5 family members each, at least, or friends that, you know, they can maybe help. You know, it's all about helping people in your personal life so that they will help people in their personal lives. And it has that butterfly effect. It's all about that. We have to deal with what we've got. I'm addicted to sugar. I will probably be addicted to sugar on a psychological aspect, at least for the like, maybe if maybe 20 years down the line, maybe I would overcome it. But like for the foreseeable future of my life, I'm going to be addicted to sugar because of the decisions that my mother and father made. And they just didn't know what they were doing. They were following instructions that they saw because they were lied to. The food industry lied to them. The dietary guidelines lied to them. The government lied to them. Their schools lied to them, and they didn't know any better. So I don't necessarily blame them, but it's like, you know, you got to figure it out. I don't go out unless I'm with friends. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Eating vegan or healthy is not necessarily expensive. It's not expensive unless you're eating outside. Like if you're at a restaurant, then yeah, prepared to get fucked in the asshole. But if you're like eating at home, then it's usually cheaper. The biggest positive change I've made for myself has been to cut out sugar as much as possible. It's crazy how much sugar is in everything. Yep. Salad dressing. When I came to New Jersey, I wanted to make a salad because there's a lot of fresh produce in the fridge. And I realized that they had no salad dressing. I'm with my grandparents right now and my dad. And they just don't, the only salad dressing they have is in bottles, and it's got 5 grams of added sugar per teaspoon. Per teaspoon. And let's be honest, you're not like getting the teaspoon and, you know, woo, I'm going to pour just a teaspoon. Like, no. You're holding that thing upside down. You got your other hand. You're squeezing it and you're doing this. We know what you're doing. You're not fooling anybody. So what turns from, you know, what is Italian dressing? It's just like oil and vinegar with some shit in it. Like, that's it. Why do you need to have like fucking 20 grams of added sugar if you're going to be using it on a salad? It's unbelievable. Tomato sauce, jarred tomato sauce, always avoid it. If you want to get like the most like like if you don't want to like crush your own tomatoes and like get like make your own tomato puree, what I recommend doing is getting canned crushed tomatoes. Usually that doesn't have any added sugar. Definitely make sure you look for that kind of stuff. But in my experience, I get canned crushed tomatoes and then I make my own sauce. I add my garlic. I add my bullshit. There you go. But before you read anything, before you consume anything, you need to look at what's in the nutrition label. I know, even if it's bad, even if you're trying to have a cheat day, if you're trying to eat some ice cream just to chill out or whatever, fine. But just know what you're putting in your body. People think the elderly just have bad health, but studies in the blue zones show that's not true. A lot of older people are healthier than like Gen Xers and millennials, because like a lot of older, like I'm talking about like 80, 90-year-olds, like boomers, like all the way up until like silent generation. If you were raised in an environment before the 1960s where processed food became mainstream, and especially before the 1970s, like if you are like 21 years old and it's 1969 and like fucking like TV dinners are just coming out, like you're going to probably eat healthier than someone who's 4 years old and has a single mother and eats a TV dinner every single night of their life. That was my situation when I was young. So it's like, I'm just like, there is like, you know, it's all based on who's been lied to and how they were raised. Try feeding your family healthy on food stamps. I have done that. I mean, obviously it depends on the grocery selection, but food stamps, yeah, you can definitely get good food on food stamps for sure. In my experience, most canned goods are eligible with food stamps. So just buy like canned vegetables, and when you know, open the can, put them in a strainer and wash the fuck out of them, get as much of the, agents that they use in cans off of that. If you wash it, if you rub it and you you do this, and you rub all the shit, you'll get enough off of it to the point where it's worth it. But it's also another thing is when you say and I'm not trying to single anyone out, feed your family healthy. I mean, people have this idea that it's better to eat something than nothing, and that idea propels them to make bad decisions. Like for example, now if you're feeding children, that's a different calculation. Children have higher nutritional requirements and should be eating more often throughout the day than adults, right? But the idea that's I'll just eat a fried piece of chicken for lunch because it's better than nothing. Well, maybe if you can make it through the workday without eating anything, if that's an option for you, and if you know that you're capable of doing so without any negative health effects, you won't pass out or whatever, right? It's probably actually better for you to just eat nothing and then just wait until you get home. So another thing is I cut back on the frequency of how much I eat. Normally I only eat twice a day because that doesn't compel me to find something to eat for a third meal that's unnecessary. But I'm an adult and I only feed myself. I cook for other people if they want me to, and I love cooking for other people. I would love to open a restaurant. That's one of if this whole stupid YouTube gig doesn't work out or whatever, or if it does work out and I get enough money to do something else, I would love to open a restaurant. One thing I would like to do is I would love to do live shows, like a stand-up tour basically, across this is post-COVID. I would love to do a stand-up tour across the country. And I would love to rent out a hotel or whatever, and then just make people food. That just sounds fun, cooking with people, and then telling jokes in an interpersonal environment. That just sounds great. So maybe a year and a half from now, maybe we can try doing that. But I know for me personally, I spend just to feed myself. I spend maybe about $100 a month on food just to feed myself. So that's how much I spend in the state of North Carolina, which, again, I am currently staying in New Jersey, and I can tell you right now that New Jersey has way healthier options that are relatively cheap compared to where I live in North Carolina. So I know that, there's a lot of variation here. But it really, it's not a binary. It's not eating healthy versus eating unhealthy. It's eating as healthy as possible, minimizing as much as you can. It's all about harm reduction. You should make a shopping list with exercise stuff, like an Indo board, that are fun. I'm sorry if I'm way behind in the chat. We're back on this topic later. I'm so sorry if people get triggered. I am not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but, it happens. It is more inconvenient, but unless you are already struggling to put food on the table, which is the case, eat whatever you can. It will always be more inconvenient to eat healthy than processed. No, absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about harm reduction. If you are in a situation where you need to order unhealthy food and all the options are objectively unhealthy, again, it's not a binary. Just get the one that's going to, treat food as fuel. You wouldn't put, fucking Coca-Cola in your car's gas tank because it tastes good. What? Okay, so you're going to put Coca-Cola in your car's gas tank because it tastes good. What? That's basically the analogy I would use. This is before widespread internet thing versus now. Now we all don't have the excuses we used to because we can learn anything we want now. Our parents, not so much. Exactly, BB. Exactly. For example, when I was a kid, I was raised poorly in that instance. I was given fast food almost all the time. I was given processed food a lot because I lived, with a single mother and stuff like that. So it's and my mom just didn't have that information. And what little information she had, she was lied to about. So, I mean, I don't blame anyone. But it's all about it's all about harm reduction in the future, I'm probably going to log off soon here, by the way, just saying. Salad dressing with fresh lemon juice plus olive oil plus random spices. To go back on the salad thing, what I did was I just went through all the cabinets and I made my own dressing. I got olive oil. I used a jar of jalapenos instead of vinegar, which, has some shit in it, but no sugar. It was a sugar-free jalapeno jar. So a jar of sliced jalapenos with vinegar. So I mixed that with some oil. I'm not a huge fan of lemon juice, and there was none available. Well, I mean, like, in salad dressing. I love lemon juice in general, but not in salad dressing. I put a bunch of garlic and herbs in there, soak some cloves of garlic in there to get some flavor out. And then I used it all in one salad because I'm a freak, but, you know. Medical docs are not food experts. Yep, they should be, though. Sorry for repeating this, but doctors told my mother formula was better. I mean, yeah, doctors are just, again, we've been lied to. That's why you have to understand, like, we've been lied to. I do have a show called Cooking with the Bitch. There's like 8 episodes, I think. You can find it in the playlist section. I'll also just link it for you real quick. But I do have a show called Cooking with the Bitch. I haven't done an episode in a while because I'm lazy. And I'm a piece of garbage, but, you know, that's besides the point. So if you do want to hear me, like, rambling a little bit about this kind of stuff, you can check out Cooking with the B Word. Meat substitutes are stupid expensive, especially when you consider how cheap the ingredients are. I agree. I eat some meat substitutes just every now and then for, you know, just for the sake of, why not, get some variety in there. But I would rather just eat, like, salads, beans, that kind of stuff. Whole food homemade dressing is great, but it does require some kind of blender. No. Not in my experience. I just get a jar, I pour vinegar, I pour oil in, I get some herbs in there, and I soak some garlic in there, and maybe some onions, and I'm good to go. I don't need a blender. Canned crushed tomatoes are healthy. They are healthier than jarred tomato sauce with added sugar. But you can get like a big old can of crushed tomatoes in both North Carolina and New Jersey for like 60 cents. And that is like good enough for a sauce base that will feed a significant amount of people, like 3 or 4 people. Has Andrea ever heard of food deserts? I mean, Hector, I feel like you're not listening to anything I'm saying. Like, I know that there's like this natural, and I understand it's a defense mechanism. This idea that if someone says to eat healthy, you have to tell them it's impossible. I get it. It's a defense mechanism. It's a way that you convince yourself that it's okay to do what you're doing. And I literally, like, I've been saying very explicitly, I am poor. I have lived in food deserts. I have lived in a scenario where I had to walk to a grocery store for 1.5 miles, like, and that's both ways, so 3 in total. That was the closest grocery store, and I had no car. So I know exactly what a food desert is. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's built into my critique. And so the idea that you're just going to say, does Andrea know what a food desert is? I find that to be, frankly, a little insulting, because to me it tells me that you're not really listening to what I'm saying. The biggest problem, positive change I've made for myself has been to cut out sugar as much as possible. Yeah, oh man, how far behind am I? Jesus Christ. It's not true that eating healthy is cheaper. It's not. It depends on what cheaper is. Like, eating healthy is cheaper, that doesn't mean anything. It really, like, those words do not mean anything. Cheaper than what? Well, I don't know what you're currently eating. I have no idea. But what I can tell you is that it is cheaper in the long run because you'll be in the hospital less often. You'll have more energy. You will feel better about yourself. One of the ways that I convinced myself that it was okay to spend slightly more money on food was, again, I was addicted to food. I would eat like maybe 5,000 calories a day of just junk. Well, that costs a lot of money too. So now that's my position. So when it comes to eating healthy and being cheaper, for me, the cheaper is just stop being addicted to unhealthy food and then buying unhealthy food. So I cut out unhealthy food like sugar, like, you know, candy, you know, like chips, that kind of stuff, soda, cut that all out. So I save money on that. And instead of spending money on unhealthy things like soda or juice or snacks of any kind, I spent it on healthier options. Like, there is always a way, no matter what, for you to minimize harm compared to what you're doing. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. No one in the chat is perfect. And I'm not trying to say you should be perfect. Perfect is an impossible thing to strive for. It's all about harm minimization. You know, like, if you know, say there's like a puddle in front of your house and you don't know how shallow or deep the puddle is, you know, it could be ankle deep, it could be not ankle deep. Would you want to put on a boot just in case? I don't know. That's a really bad analogy, but it's my analogy nonetheless. Sugar is savagely addictive, but it is possible to get off of it. Average American eats about 200 pounds of sugar a year last time I checked. Yeah, exactly. A pescatarian who doesn't like most vegetables and has a huge sweet tooth. Is that you? Oh, my dad. The commie preacher is concerned about his health, but he is a very picky eater. He's a pescatarian. I bet. Cook for me, mommy. Again, I would love to do like a live show where I cook for people and talk about like politics and bullshit. That just sounds to me like the ideal scenario. I need to start, like, if I do live shows, like, someone's gonna have to host them. Like, we're gonna find someone in the chat that says, hey, come to my house and use my kitchen and bring 40 people. That's the idea. So everyone figure that out, and then we'll get it done next year. Can I help? I'm a chef by trade. Sure. I'm vegan, but I can't cap. Some of the longest living people are pescatarians of Okinawa. There you go. I mean, I'm not going to lie, from what I've read, pescatarians are the healthiest people on earth. Fish has a lot of good nutritional value in it. Personally, I don't like fish. It's gross to me. I've never liked fish. So I just, I'm a vegetarian just by the shit. I never ate fish really to begin with. So it's like, for me, I didn't have to cut anything. But I do understand that fish is, if you're going to, like, if it's eating, like, land mammals versus eating fish, fish is the much healthier option. I'm a vegetarian too and is eating pretty healthy, but I'm doing better now. But you give me advice on the added sugars. Thank you. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, added sugar is in almost everything. It's just, again, if you look at all of the stuff, this has been very helpful. Having Crohn's, my diet is very limited. Yeah, that's another thing for me personally. I have a chronic illness, all the way since I was a kid. That has to do with my gastrointestinal tract. And so that requires me eating a lot of fiber. If I don't eat a lot, and now, again, everyone's in a different position and you got to do what works for you. But for me, I found that eating about 50 grams of fiber per day has almost completely alleviated all of the symptoms of my chronic illness. And I didn't have health insurance for most of my life, so I don't know what the chronic illness even is called. I have no idea if it has a name. I have no idea what it is. All I know is I would very easily get constipated, and that would result in being very, very uncomfortable for extended periods of time. And in my experience, eating fiber just fixed everything. So maybe my mom should have just fed me fiber instead of, taking me to 15,000 doctors that resulted in us losing our health insurance and house. But hey, what are you going to do? I spend like $450 a month on groceries. I'm so sorry if I'm so behind in the chat. I'm really, okay, hold up. Okay. I'm going to stop the stream in like 5 minutes. I'm going to try to read all the chat messages. Okay. From this point onward. My favorite homemade dressing is balsamic vinegar, walnuts, raisins, dried thyme, also known as thyme, ground mustard. Mustard is great. And some water blended in a blender. There you go. When are we doing another Cooking with the Bitch? I don't know, maybe tomorrow? Don't know if Cooking with the Bitch is good for healthy food though, lol. It is, I would like to say it's good. Tofu poultry. I have yet to try tofu. I'd like to. Oil is not a whole food for sure, but it's still not bad. Making tomato sauce with fresh tomatoes and olive oil and spices is delicious AF. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, for sure. But that does require more labor. You know what I mean? So that's always the cost analysis. Ian James Chapman, what? Or canned crushed tomatoes. There you go. Beans, lentils, tomatoes, etc. So many tasty, cheap options to at least incorporate as a large portion of your diet. It's just what you can do when you can do it. It's hard, but knowing more helps. Exactly. It's all about harm minimization. It's not about being perfect. You should never strive to be perfect. You should strive to be the best you can. Andrea's never going to catch up with the chat. LMAO. Keep talking, lol. Rolling with tears emoji. Not rolling with tears emoji. Is peanut butter healthy? Yes. As long as you make sure you don't get added sugar varieties. Eating better is not cheaper. Eating better means you live longer. Live longer means you spend more money. There you go. That's factual. Trash food isn't cheap either. I'm perfect. Make this sauce if any of y'all want a tasty vegan cheesy sauce. 1 can of tomato sauce, 3/4 a can of coconut milk, 3 not chicken bouillon cubes, tablespoon, I don't, like, that's a lot of words. You do need a blender. Andrea is almost perfect IMO. Almost, but I got a little bit of work left to do. Classical anti-fascist, I'm sure you know more about that. Natural peanut butter is good. Most peanut butter in the store has stuff added to it. Exactly, yep. But y'all should try that shit. It's fire. Maybe I will. How do you learn which food is healthy? A lot of experimentation and reading. One of the things I do is almost every single day I read recipes online and like nutritional stuff. Maybe not every single day, but like at least like 4 or 5 times a week I try to learn something new about food. I love to cook and made a big pot of beans last night. Hell yes. I tried the natural peanut butter, but it does not taste good. Don't worry about it. Just eat it anyway. Again, would you put Coca-Cola in your gas can because it tastes good? No, because it doesn't work properly. I like fish, but I don't like shrimp, lobster, crab. Get rid of them. Peanut butter with no added sugar and salt is okay in small portions as a healthy fat, but most people go way overboard. No, yeah, for sure. There's never like, there's not like a superfood that you can eat an infinite amount of that doesn't have diminishing returns. Your taste buds might have to adjust. I can tell you right now, my taste buds have certainly adjusted over the last year. I don't know how people eat that stuff. Even Nigel Farage called Sargon and Robinson fascists. Well, that's out of left field, but there you go. Lobster equals cockroach of the sea. Disgusting. Crohn's and diverticulitis, which certainly limit your diet and force you to eat a lot of fiber. There you go. I'm not trying to be difficult. I live in a family of 8 young children, and trust me, it's very... Oh, I know. Hector, I'm not... Again, we're all good. I'm not trying to sound like I'm being a bitch, and I'm sorry if I came off that way. I sincerely don't want to be viewed in that fashion. I'm just saying, I know it can be complicated. I certainly understand that everyone's in their own unique circumstances. But I'm just saying, like, look at the food that you eat and, just learn a little bit more. It goes a long way. I'm just letting you know. Yep, if I don't get fiber, I feel gross. It's possible that that's what I have. I don't know, though, because I don't have health insurance. Well, I do have health insurance, but there's a pandemic going on. As soon as I got health insurance, a pandemic started, so I can't, do as much as I wanted to. Our tastes can change. Taste is not written in stone. I eat a lot of bran. Bran is good. Crohn's and diverticulitis will limit your... Okay, 50 grams of... fuck me. Sometimes when I scroll down, the chat just, snaps to the bottom and I fucking lose my spot. 50 G of fiber a day? Hell yes. Hey, I got Crohn's too. First infusion yesterday. What is an infusion? What? Lots of bran fixes everything. Fiber is good. What you mean lobsters are cute? Lobsters are not good. Autocorrect sucks. I agree. I turned it off. And drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. Most people don't drink enough water. If you, I don't know, how many ounces is this? 12? What is this? 16.9? What? 16.9 fluid ounces? Drink 5 of these a day. You will thank me later. I'll put it that way. We're getting canceled. Yep, I'm canceling every single one of y'all. We spend more than $450 in a week. I mean, yeah, if you're feeding 8 people, I mean, yeah, no, for sure. Again, I eat in a very minimalist fashion nowadays. I try to limit anything that isn't healthy. I mean, every now and then, especially if someone else buys it and it's just in the house and I ask them and they say yes, sure, I'll eat an ice cream sandwich every once in a while. But when it comes to spending my own money on my food, I usually end up spending maybe $150 a month, just for me. And sometimes I share with my family, but my family does not eat healthy, so they usually just don't eat anything I have. My family doesn't eat healthy, and they spend probably closer to $400 a month on food individually, because they buy a lot of fast food. Which, I try to tell them that they should limit that, and instead of buying fast food, buy marijuana instead, because that's going to go a lot longer than fast food. Fast food, you eat it and it's done in 20 minutes. Marijuana, you get high and you're good for a couple hours. So I'm just saying, I would rather spend money on marijuana than fast food. That's me, but bran flakes will fix your problem. I guess we need to stop leaving messages. Geez, and beans, blow it out. I love beans. Beans and salsa, give me that shit. True, I should just abandon chat and give Andrea all my money. That's correct. Reminder, when the stimulus comes, give me money. A super firm tofu baked with a little coconut aminos and little sesame seed oil are my favorite. Keep spamming the chat. Spam is bad for you. Spam is bad for you. We did it, team. You have to wean your taste buds off of sugar and salt. Absolutely. I'm addicted to peanut butter. I mean, there's worse things to be addicted to. 3-hour show done. I wish I could cook the whole chat a nice vegetarian curry or some vegetarian enchiladas. You would all love it. Again, that's the goal. A year from now, Someone is going to let us all into their home, and I'm going to cook in a small kitchen for 30 people. That's the goal. I wish I could cook the whole... Okay, black beans and coconut rice. There you go. Sorry, Andrea, I will not fuck you. That's a shame. I would also suggest to learn as much about nutrition as you can, because you will always have that knowledge when you're deciding what to eat. Exactly. So just look at the nutritional label for everything you eat. Look at what those nutritional labels mean. If you don't understand what an ingredient is on a nutritional label, if you have your phone, pull it out and look up the ingredient and see what it is. You know, that's the kind of shit that I do. Almond milk, no sugar added. I'm drinking a variation of that shit. $4.50 for 8 people. When I was with my ex, she got $7.50 in food stamps, and that shit was gone by the 15th of every month when my kids were young. You have kids? Holy crap. I'm still blown away by the fact that there are people that are not in their 20s like watching my stream. Like, that's weird to me. You're telling me you're like an actual fully fledged adult and you have children. Like, you're telling me, all right, let me like hold the phone. Hold the phone. So you're telling me that you have procreated, you literally have like spawned additional creatures like from your actions, right? Hold the phone. And all of a sudden now at some point in your life, after raising children, you're watching my live stream. That's super weird to me. In a good way. I mean, I'm 24, so it's just a weird thing. I was raised on spam and or venison. Try to find good sources though. There are a lot of people out there trying to push low carb. Low carb is good if you know what you're doing and you do it properly, like any diet. If you know what you're doing and do it properly, there you go. If you're just going to eat low carb and not like properly, you know, do like the high fats and the proper fat, like if you're going to like do low carb but just eat like manufactured trans fats and like really bad, like incomplete amino acid proteins, then yeah, you're not going to be doing well. But if you can do low carb and do it well, then you can do it well. But I mean, personally, I am not a low carb person. I say I did keto for 2 months, and I felt pretty good for the most part. But I don't like how limited the food options are, especially. It's just harder to do on a budget. And I'm poor, so at least up until this month, I don't know. I've been getting a lot of money this month from super chats and AdSense, so maybe I'm no longer poor. I don't know. I don't know how to qualify myself right now, but I've been poor up until February 21st, because that's when I get paid next. So I'm going to be poor up until February 21st. Andrea, you have to announce yourself as a queen before we give you our money. I'm king in the castle. Like, literally, imagine, right? You have, like, you just say, I'm king in the castle, and then, like, 5,000 years go by, and people will, like, worship your fucking great, blah, 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 grandchildren. It's bizarre to me. Gotta go, everyone. Have a good day. All right, thank you. Have a good one. I mean, I love nuts. Same, don't get me wrong. But the things that are really important is to have a variety of nuts. People often eat like 40 cashews, which are not healthy. Yeah, no, absolutely. Nut mixes are very important. We love Andrea, don't we, folks? Absolutely. Gotta eat like 5 to 10 of every nut, and you have the best way to eat them. There you go. My kids are grown. That's weird. Tell them to watch my streams, though. My son is older than you. That's bizarre. Lots of love for Andrea. There you go. I'm gonna go make a bagel. Oh, no. I'm 35, no kids, though. Vibe check, 39 years old. Oh, my God. I got 2 kids. Oh, no. 24A. So weird. You're the future. That's why I'm listening. Hey, thank you. I'm about to hit 30. No kids either. See, that's the thing with me is I literally cannot have children. It's not an option for me. I mean, I guess technically I could adopt, but like good luck doing that as a trans person in America, right? So I'm probably never going to have kids. And it literally like I'm not physically capable of doing so. So for me, and that's again something that you need to understand in my calculus. I do not plan on having a family. I do not plan on, any of that in my future. My future is solely planned around me and the people I love and the people I care about. That's it. No, there's no future plans as far as like expansion of the family. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to have dogs. I'm going to have like fucking cows. I'm going to have chickens, and I'm going to love them like I would love my children. So, and that's also a lot cheaper than raising a child. Like having a dog is way cheaper than having a kid. So I'm down with that. I'm 32, no kids. Yes, I'm 48, and I love listening to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am 40 and no kids. Don't want them. Yeah, there you go. I'm 44, lol. Low carb doesn't help if you eat tons of sugar and bacon. Exactly. Especially bacon that's soaked in like nitrates and garbage like that. Gen X in the house? Oh, shit. You should get out of the house. Now I don't feel so low, but I am old for a K-pop fan. I mean, we all have our things. I welcome all boomers in chat. Oh my God. Nuts will impact me. God, I fucking wish. Gen X, hands raised. Millennial here, and I still hate that term. I'm 40 and have no...
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know what the problem is though? It's definitely not me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's everybody else.
The economic situation prevents a lot of families from starting. No, absolutely. And then also, I just can't have kids. So it's like, all right, I'm good to go. Shooting blanks, buddy. I can't tell whether Clinton or Carter started the neoliberal Democrats. I would say Carter, personally, but Clinton was the solidification. Is Max the dog your son? Absolutely. I think views of trans will change in this country and adoption will be accepted. I hope, but still, I'm not interested at the moment. How can you do low carb and eat sugar? I really, like... You know, a lot of people were like, okay, when people do low carb, they'll say you max out at like 30 carbs a day, and those 30 carbs will be like in like fucking like yogurt. And I'm not talking about like, you know, yogurt with nothing in it. I'm talking about like they're gonna eat some Yoplait or some shit. Oh, I'm doing low carb. Oh, look at me eating yogurt with fucking like artificial sugar in it. I'm low carb. I've seen that shit. So, hello, Doomerson. I'm about to end the stream, so just, you know, there you go. Vet income is higher than MD's. If MD stands for Maryland, then okay. Lol. It wasn't Carter. Lol. Dim Tool. Lol. Definitely not me. Laughing with tears emoji. I got married at 26, but we don't have kids. Definitely not me. Find yourself a trans man. Okay. It's definitely not him. No way at all. Definitely Clinton. He was, petrified of Reagan Democrats. Again, I would say personally, Carter started it. Clinton was the perfection of it. That's my opinion. So, Andrea, get out of here. Damn, we got a 2-hour stream today. Got a jet. Have a good day. Okay, yeah, I'm like, first of all, I gotta pee. As you can see, I've drank so much water. In fact, I'm gonna drink this whole bottle on stream. I should do one of those things where it's like Andrea drinks water, and then it's just me drinking water. But anyway, I'm gonna drink some water.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I'm about to be 30. I'm about to be 34. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34. I'm about to be 30. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have about to be 34 and I have no family.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
An opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We could talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. 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 The record player on it. Play the radio. Play the radio. Play the radio. Play the radio.
But you have to go home now.